Spaceduck is a knowledge management and thinking tool designed for effortless collection, organization, and creation. True knowledge comes from applying information, not just consuming it. Instead of treating your second brain as a mere storage, use it as a factory to refine and transform ideas into tangible outcomes. Spaceduck helps you connect, organize, and create from everything you learn. Inside Spaceduck, you can capture everything that interests you in 3 different ways. You can directly upload or drag and drop. In order to capture using the browser extension, simply download the extension from the Google Web Store and make sure you pin it to the top. Spaceduck can handle multiple types of content. So for example, let's say there's an article I want to come back to. I could simply open the browser extension and press bookmark. This is an image that I want to save. This is a video I want to save. I can also capture screenshots. So I'm just going to click on selected area. Save this to Spaceduck. I can capture podcasts. I'm just going to bookmark this to Spaceduck. I can also capture movies from IMDb and Rotten Tomato. If there's a quote or a passage that I like to save, I can do that as well. I can capture Wikipedia pages. I can capture PDFs, social media posts, videos I want to watch later, or in this case, I just want to capture the full page. Once I capture everything, I can go back to Spaceduck, and you can see that every single item has been brought in to my homepage. All collected content is organized into cards referred to as items. Each item is then titled, tagged, embedded, and also connected to related items that I've collected before, which means that everything is now magically organized and retrievable. Each item also possesses specific functionalities. For instance, images have their colors extracted. YouTube videos can be summarized. Directly uploaded videos and audio uploads can be transcribed, like this. And articles offer a dedicated reading mode, among other features. In order to find or retrieve what you've collected before, you can simply open up the global search and you can search for things in natural language exactly how you might think about that content. So, for example, I know that I just saved a music device. Right there. I know that I've saved pricing pages. That's the one that I just saved, but it also shows me other pricing pages that I've collected in the past. I can also get a little bit more descriptive with it. So, for example, interior shots, which showcases all of these images I've saved in the past. Or I could describe something. So, book on desk. I remember that there was an image that I've captured previously, which was a little notebook on a desk. If you want to get even more specific with your search, you can press @ to enable filters. And in this case, I'm going to search for kind of articles. So this is all of my articles, but I only want to see the ones that are about AI. And there we go. It shows me that. Or I could search for second brain, which would then show me the articles about second brain. I can also search by date. So I'm just going to select the stuff that I've collected yesterday and today, which shows me everything that I've collected between the 2 days. I can even right click on one of these items and click on show similar. And what this does, it showcases everything that is similar to this logo that I've collected previously. This is great to discover items that I've collected in the past. You can also perform OCR searches inside of Spaceduck. So for example, I can go add text, safety properties, and it showcases the content that has that in it. I can then go add text and search for good design, shows me content that has that phrase in it. Or I can search inside of images. So by artworks. I know that I saved something in the past that had this phrase in it. It's even smart enough to read your handwritings. So I can go add text, making art, and it brings up this handwriting image that I've collected in the past. After you collect your items, you usually want to organize them. Spaceduck has 2 dedicated and core areas of organization. Drafts, which is usually ideal for quickly capturing ideas to use later, or Spaces, which is designed for more intentional capturing, whether it's for immediate use or later. Let's start with drafts. For example, I've captured all of this content over here, and I come across this article that I want to read later. So I can just simply move it to a space. Each space in Spaceduck offers tools for further organization. You can use spaces as your dedicated collection area. So these are my inspirations, managing projects. At the moment I am making these tutorials, so I have all of my content inside of here, or simply collaborating with others. As you can see, I've invited people that collaborate with me on certain tasks. Within a space, you can add a title, description, set your privacy settings. You can add a status if you need to, an end date, or you could invite others to collaborate with you inside of a space. You could also add dedicated links that you might want to link to this space in particular. Additional to that, each space also gives you a chat interface, which lets you chat to your space, a dedicated library that only holds the stuff you've added to this space, including a search, categorization options with custom properties, and a progress tracking section. For example, I can navigate to my inspiration space where I store collections of ideas, and within this space, I can filter for content by searching for the tag of hero, a tag I manually added to certain hero sections for easy retrieval. In this space, as mentioned before, I have my Spaceduck tutorial scripts written down. I can simply come to progress, change my view, and track what is getting worked on. This right here is the video that I'm making currently, so I can move that into progress and change its status. I can do the same thing with my reading space. I can track what I'm currently reading, what has been read. I can move things around. Within this space, I also have a board that organizes my reading notes, connectors, and my personal annotations. Additionally, I maintain a space for product development and customer research. In this case, I can leverage the AI assistant and ask questions from all the notes I've gathered by simply saying, of which it starts giving me annotations out of those. But it also references exactly where it got that information from. If I want to, I could add this to a document and continue from here. This space also includes categories I've created, such as personas, customers, companies, and meetings. One particular valuable feature of categorization is the ability to establish connections between items by assigning custom properties to them. For example, if I open up the customers category, you can see every customer I've chatted to, and we could close this and this. And perhaps we could open up this customer over here. You can see the properties that I've added to Ron on the right-hand side. You can also see, because of the established connection between Ron, the customer persona that he belongs to, and the meeting notes that we've had with each other, I have a track of this, of which I can click on one of these documents and further analyze the meeting that we had together. This allows me to trace a history of notes and identify relationships between them. And you can see by utilizing the categories, you can create this micro notes and organize your content a little bit better. Inside of the meeting that I've had with Ron, it's another document. Now, documents inside of Spaceduck are a little bit different to what you might be used to. So for example, they provide access to everything that I have inside of my space. I can press enter and press plus, and I know that me and Ron did some wireframing together. So I can bring that wireframe over here. There we go. I can view it on the right-hand panel as well. I can also just change its view to inline view. Inside of the info tab, you can see that once I bring that wireframe in, it automatically gets outlinked and backlinked into the document. Another thing that I have access to is the AI writer. I can set the settings for my AI writer by adding a certain prompt, changing the content type, changing the writing style, adding resources that I want AI to draw from. Or if I have a style of writing that I've used in the past, I could add that to this section, which would then all the writings will be based off that style. In order to use the AI writer, I can simply just come over here and click on this button, of which I can either ask it a custom question or simply just get it to create some action items, for example, in this situation. If I'm happy with this, I can then insert it here. And here we go. You can see that there's another item over here that's backlinked to this. So if I open that up, you've seen this before. These are boards. Boards are excellent for visual note-taking, mind mapping, creating inspiration boards, or any task that requires an unlimited desktop and canvas-like experience. Now, before you go, just a few more things. Global search can search through your entire library. Every item that you delete will end up in trash for 30 days before it gets permanently deleted. The homepage is a quick starter page that showcases your most recent items and spaces. You can comment directly on images and other content types. Of course, there is also dark mode and much more.